I got 4-foot rebar, and there was an I-beam at the store, so I kind of like used it to just bend them over so they're like a long L shape instead of candy cane. It was just easier to go to this level. I'm gonna put them at the base of the carport just to help secure it a little. Last year we had a little bit of the weight because we have it angled and don't have it. We have it squared but not level because we let the water run this way, and it's enough weight that it caused the beam to bend. When we literally had like a 3 to 4 foot snow on top of it, and it bent this because all the weight's down at this end. So we had hoped to get it level, but we didn't get it level this year. But it is square and seems to hold the weight, so we're going to put some extra rebar in here. And I was just going to put some I-beams, and instead I also bought some of these to put in with it. I'm going to put one in each corner. They're from Tractor Supply. You screw them in the ground, they're an anchor, and then I'm going to run a chain across or some kind of bolt, and I'm just going to secure the edges even more and hope that's enough to hold it up. I mean, it seems to. Those are just extra supports, and I haven't found a store in town to get one, but there's one about 30 miles away, I hear, and they're not very tough. I mean, they hold up, but it's based on numbers. Like if I had them all the way across there, I added those other little things, but that's just to help stabilize it. So I don't know how much they do or don't do, but I'm definitely want to get it more sets of those for each beam. And then once it's actually level, if we get it level sometime, it'll be better. But it seems to support the weight and everything. It's just to keep it from crashing down. And you know, it's only this one corner, so we're just gonna make sure the ground's more secure and go from there. Here's the two new flat pieces I had. I used tie wire until I get stronger wire. This other one here is just to hold the beam from pushing out. This one is bent like a candy cane. It's actually bent all the way over. See that? And now on the shorter ones, it goes right in the ground. So eventually I'm gonna get some longer ones. If I had just thought about using them to begin with and made the candy canes, you know, if I'd have got 6-foot pieces or 8-foot pieces and bent them in half, that would have been perfect. But not knowing, you know, which way to go, this here isn't too bad either. You put it together and you tie wire it. It's almost as good, and it's a little easier to put them in and take them out. These ones here will come out too, but now you just got one. If you need to cut it, you can. And what I'm saying is these are $3.50. The ones that they usually take with the bolt heads are 25 bucks a piece. So there's where you're saving. You know, right here's this is a small piece. It was probably $2. Right here's $3.50, $3.50, $3.50. So I got 3 extra ones there just to help hold it in, hold the board at the same time. And one little pin with the Carport company is $25. But if extra for the ones that didn't come with it. So I just want it for extra support because we're in a heavy snow area and I don't want the base kicking out. So that's really important to keeping your carport up. Keep it level and square. But these are just my extra ones. You know, I'm not telling you it's perfect. I'm not telling you it's right. Down the road I might put some concrete down in there, but not this year. And then just have the rebar in there to come up and across. So I don't know, that's just another view of it. So the power cord just happened to be running through there, and it's movable because the plug's right here. It has nothing to do with the carport, so don't plug your carports in. On this side, that's the bolts. Like I said, for extra bolts, they're only about 2.5 foot long, and they're like $25 for extra, according to the one paper. Now what I did here is I put the L-shaped ones. I put the bottle over because it stuck out. I don't want the kids catching their feet coming from the car. And then that side, everybody should be over there. Eventually I'm gonna put some clear siding on this thing. And I just use some tie wire until I get some heavier gauge wire. And that's just a general all-purpose wire, but I'm gonna get a heavier duty wire, and it's all about extra support. Here's another one of the candy canes. It's a 4-foot piece of rebar. This one's bent for sure. You know, not a whole foot, but about 6 or 8 inches on the candy cane, and it actually works rather well. But when you get into the big boards, an 8-foot or 10-piece would have been nice with the bend in the middle. So, and then over here I've got to add the gravel back, because you can see, I mean, this is, of course, this was a bug catcher that I made for the yard. It's supposed to be standing up. It does help catch some of the bugs. And then over here, You can see where I got the slope and I got to add the gravel. And I'm either going to make it level or get the siding on to help block the snow from the side. Over here, it's lasted for a couple years. I used the 2 5-gallon pails. They're pretty heavy duty. They got full of stone, and then the handles. Now obviously a tornado wind would have brought it up, but I don't know. I think it might have survived a 100-mile-an-hour wind. I know it made it through 50 to 70, and between the regular supports, the way it's built, and it's kind of tipped down, so the pails do help. The trouble is over here is I got a concrete slab, and you have to get the drill and the cement tips and all that stuff, and so I just went with the quickest thing at the time. And I don't know if I really want to anchor to the house, so that's why I'm thinking of anchoring to the concrete. We just haven't did it, you know, so the pails seem to work. It's getting the time. If you ever put concrete stuff in, you probably, if you do it all the time, you got the equipment. But when you just have the little tool drills and stuff, it's a lot of extra drilling and the plates and stuff, so it's either find somebody that has it, rent it, or just use what you have for now. I don't recommend cement nails, but you're getting your drills and stuff, drilling your pilot holes, getting your plates and stuff, and then have a good enough screwdriver, drill, or whatever it is that you need to torque it in there. That's the way to go. So for now, it looks like I need a new pail, though. That one there is cracked from the ice. So that's my quick unofficial carport tip. This was just to get us through, and now I'm going to put eventually I'm going to hook it with the cement nail, or the cement bolts and the plates. So till then, we got 5-gallon buckets. These were actually from, I think, like the masonry mud or something. Paint. Oh, these ones are paint pails. Alright, thanks. Here, I just used a single one on this side. I decided I'm going to go eventually get a couple more, because I actually like the way they're going in. You put one across, the other across, and you wire them, and then they're like hooked together once you get the heavier gauge wire. So this one's a little different, wrapped at a corner post, but it's effective in light wind. I don't know if that wire is probably not rated for very much, but once I get the heavier wire, it's all good. Besides that, I did have a post close. So last year when it was going, I tied this little boat rope there, which should hold for a while. I mean, it's not going to hold an ocean liner, but hey, the bigger rope is way more money, so I ended up with that gauge. And then eventually I was going to make like a plate or something across there, since I haven't drilled another hole closer and hooked a post right to it. I could put a bolt or anything across there. So that's you know, I don't know, I guess they call it American engineering in its finest. And it's just to hold the post from going over last year when all the weight's on it. You know, hey, it might have helped it enough, and it didn't fall over, so I can't say that it didn't work. I'm just gonna say I didn't need it. So okay, this single one, it's just in there. What I did was I put it underneath for now, and that's just where I tie wired it. Down the road, like I said, I'll probably plate this down with some cement screws, and I'm probably gonna lag those bigger anchors in just for extra support because of the snow load, and someday maybe, you know, cement some anchors in. So that's just the last one until I get the other cross piece on the other two. So there you go.